Well, to start off, I feel like it's going to sound like I'm trying to pull the wool over your eyes, but believe it or not, it is mid-January, and although the sun is brightly shining over the top of my head, I can guarantee through the nights and early mornings it is absolutely freezing. Last night was -1, 2 overnight, everything was covered in frost. So I'm here to talk about winter tactics, winter edges, and things that I do potentially differently, but also potentially very much similar to everyone else. For me, winter fishing is all about low bait quantities, high attraction. And that is no more truer than in my hook baits. So since joining MAD, a lot of people would have seen me talk about fizzy whites and wicked white, fizzy wicked whites. And I'm just going to very quickly go through what they are and why I use them. Now, for me, white has never really been a colour I've massively investigated. But once I smelt these wicked whites and saw the results of the other boys in the team and some of my friends that are on the team, I knew I had to give them a try. So for the last sort of 12 months, 2 colours that I've changed over to is pink and white. And I said, as soon as I saw these, as soon as I joined the company, I knew I was going to give them a try. But I do pimp them. Now you can potentially see from these, which are in my tub that are in the bucket, they sort of got like an orangey hue to them. And they are the fizzy wicked whites. Sort of a little experiment I had that sort of had some great results towards the end of last year and already into the new year. So what do I do? So essentially I get the classic wicked whites and then I add 2 things to them. First of all, the Sugar Rush Fruits Compulsive Sprays. Now, I have been a huge advocate throughout years of boosting hook baits. And I think since people started bringing out sprays and boosters, this is a great way to get loads of attraction onto a bait and something that you can add and add and add. So these baits I've had for the last sort of 3-4 months, and I, every couple of weeks, just give them another spray and another sprinkle. And a sprinkle, you say, what's that? That is the Invigorate Fruit. Now these 2, when combined, are some sort of heavenly concoction. It's sweet, it's sticky, it's tangy, and I know it's full of attractors. I know what's in these things and how they work with bait and why they certainly work with bait. So how do I go about them? Couldn't be simpler. And you're thinking, well, of course you know what you're going to do, John. You're going to open up the pot of wicked whites. You're going to give them a spray and then give them a good old shake. And then you're going to take a bit of the old fruit powder and give it a little bit of a sprinkle. Now with these, you can go overboard. Speaking to the lads in the factory, you can go overboard and there's no need to really. So 1 spray and 1 sprinkle every couple of weeks, I find, allows me to create that sort of coating on the outside of the baits. Now, there will be loads of people who say that'll all come off as soon as it hits the water. I do not believe it does. I believe this is stuck to it. The way that I sort of layer it up creates this sort of sticky crust. And for me, as a single hook bait, no matter what bait spray you use, no matter what powder, you know, some people like really, really fishy, stinky ones for the fish to find. But for me, a sticky, sweet smelling, fizzy wicked white, for me in winter, is deadly.